Character design is provided by Demon Artie. Be sure to check her out over on her social media platforms. Links to her Twitter and Instagram are going to be in the description down below. Welcome everyone back to the Crimson 15 podcast. I'm your host, Crimson Sen.
15 PCA.
Native 454.
Be sure to check us out over on Twitter at C15 Podcast. Join the discussion over on Discord, link in the description below. And if you're enjoying the videos, be sure to sub, like, share, and hit that bell for notifications. Star Wars Bad Batch Episode 2, Cut and Run. And this episode's
Yeah, it wasn't all that good.
I think we would say like a 7.
Yeah, it's just
6.5, a 6.
It's just passable. And I guess it all just all of it hinges on how much you like Omega. I'm not the biggest fan of this little girl. She's making some dumb decisions, but she is a little kid. But this is like, we're gonna die. You want to die? Is that what you want? You want to get a face full of blaster?
You need to have a life outside of this.
But if this is what you want, kid, I guess you're gonna die with me.
Yeah. It's for the rush.
For the rush of it. So it's just but the funny thing is the way that the plot works in this episode, nothing happens.
No.
Yeah.
The only thing that happens is that Hunter learns that he can't treat Omega like a soldier. He has to treat her like a little girl.
And they get civilian clothes for some people.
Yeah. So that's all that really happens this episode.
Think of the episode of Mandalorian when they went to the ice planet with Grogu.
Yeah, it's a nothing episode.
It's another episode means nothing. At least that was exciting. But
I guess you learn about the chain code thing. There's little tiny things you learn, but you could have learned that in another episode.
Yes.
So we get back with the last one left off. They're gonna go meet a friend. So this friend of theirs used to be a clone trooper too. So he's been thinking he basically made a life for himself on this other planet. So we see all these interesting monsters and everything. They land, and I guess Omega's never been anywhere.
No.
So when she sees like the sun, it's like, whoa, the most amazing thing. Sees the dirt, whoa, the most amazing thing. She sees grass, whoa, the most amazing thing. Then she sees like these plants, whoa, the most amazing thing.
It's too much. It's too much.
Again, it's all how much you love this series is how much you love Omega. And I'm not the biggest fan.
No,
so when she walks around all wide-eyed and wonderful of everything, I don't care.
Especially with the pressing issue they're under.
Yeah, because they're basically exiles, and if they get caught, they're gonna be killed, and they have crosshairs on their butt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
a guy that knows them.
Yeah, and he's gonna come and kill them. So they're walking up on the thing, and then there's like a little tripwire, and Omega almost walks into it.
Yeah, totally like oblivious.
Then Wrecker, just one tripwire, that's so stupid. And there's another one, and then
it's a laser one.
Yeah, the funny thing is, it wasn't even a trap. It was more, I guess, something to scare them away because it was a bunch of like droid. But like scarecrows, they didn't actually have any weapons or anything.
And then literally, there's Wrecker destroying them like an idiot because they weren't even moving, but he thought they were like
real.
So we see the guy that they were looking for, and him and his wife have been living here, and they have a family now. Yeah, so we go, okay, so this is what he does. That's what all he wants is my family. We grow stuff, we live. That's all I want. And I'm like, oh, that's nice. He kind of found a life for himself. And they're kind of like, he's like, hey, long time no see, but where's Crosshair? It's complicated. So like, basically trying to say like, he ain't on our team no more. Yeah. But we see some new faces here.
Yeah.
Because
Echo's not a...
And Omega, they're like, oh, okay, that's nice. But I think it's really funny because they have children, and Omega's never seen other children.
Yeah.
So like, oh, let's go play. They're like, what's play? Like, she doesn't understand any of those concepts. So I'm like, okay, that's nice.
And also, I do like the name drop with Rex.
Yeah, he knew Rex. He was here just yesterday. We could have met Rex again.
Yeah, I know. We should have. That would have made the episode worthwhile. I would have bumped it up a whole point.
Oh, yeah. It was literally because he was trying to get rid of the chip in him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just talking about the inhibitor chip. And they're like, what do you mean? He's like, yeah, how did you... Because it's so funny because freaking Tech,
he knows
how it goes. Look, how did you think it worked, you dummies? Of course, this is a chip. What did you think? Like, they just
magic, like force.
Yeah, but you didn't tell me that. He goes, well, I thought you knew. Well, Tech, stop assuming that they know things that you know.
Assume they know nothing, Tech.
Yeah.
Just assume they know nothing.
And tell them.
Assume everyone's Wrecker.
Because if you think about it, then that would make sense. They would have probably treated what's his name differently. Like when they were taking him, they would have known they're gonna mess with the ship.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like little things like that. Where like, yeah, you would have helped.
Well, I thought you knew. Okay, so I said that twice now.
So we got that whole situation, and they're like, okay, they're trying, you have to hide out and everything, but it goes, this planet isn't safe anymore. We're actually planning on leaving. So the reason why they went there is to kind of lay low. Now they have to leave right away.
Yep.
So it's like they came here for nothing.
Oh no, this is wasted time.
Yeah, but they didn't know they were wasting their time. And the kids are playing outside, and like they're playing with the ball, and Omega's like, why are you throwing this at me? Like, why are you throwing things at me? It's like, oh, you're supposed to catch it. Like, it's for like foods. It's like she didn't even know what a game is.
Yeah.
So like, oh, I guess she's learning to be a child.
This wasn't in a dire situation, I guess, but since it is, it just kind of makes it irritating.
And then, like you said, Hunter's looking at it, and he's like, "Yeah, this is what I kind of want her to be."
A life.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want you to have to be on the run. People trying to kill you, capture you, or whatever.
Yeah, this isn't going to end well. It's not.
And then I'm going to have to train you to be a killer, and that's going to...
Or you're going to have to watch me die, or one of your brothers die, and that's not... I don't want that for you. I'd rather just you grow up with this family and you just live a normal life.
Yeah.
But of course, that, which is good for Rex to want that for her. Because you realize you don't need to live the life of a clone trooper. That's just not a thing for you. Yeah. So, it's like, okay, but we have to go into town because we're going to get passports to get off planet.
Yeah.
So we kind of see people in the background, like certain characters, like that wolf, like that weird wolf-looking guy. So you see some of the aliens that you see from the other Star Wars films. Yeah. You see the Max Rebo looking, those aliens that were in the band. You see him in the background. Like all these like little callbacks.
All the time you just want to hear the song, dun 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 dun, the Cantina song.
How do you like his civilian clothes?
I love his.
He looks so much like freaking Rambo.
Yeah.
He's walking into town and the cop bothers him. And it's just the same plot.
Don't push me, man. Don't push me.
He didn't even take off his bandana. I'm like, that's not really too much of a disguise.
It is the skull and everything.
Yeah, skull and everything. Like,
well, the thing is, don't you think they'd have posters of you wanted? These stormtroopers aren't stupid.
I'm wanted everywhere I go. So they're walking and everything. I do like the little alien they end up talking to about getting the passport. It's like this little
looks like that one alien from the prequels. That one, the blue one,
but tiny though.
Tiny. I think it's one thing. Oh, you want the passports?
He's like, I don't know if it's a he or she. It's like, it ain't like that no more. You got to get a chain code.
Chain code.
What the hell's a chain code? Ha, like a big hologram. All currency must be traded in for a chain code, and this is for your protection. It's you have to get a vaccine passport, so you have to get registered, or you can't travel.
We're going to the crux of why a lot of the blue check marks hate this show.
Yes.
So you have to join the Empire, but it's for your safety. We're doing it to make sure that we can track you and that you're taken care of.
And later on in the episode, he's like, this is ingenious because now we can track their money, where they're going, what kind of people they are, everything.
Remember they did that for vehicles? Now they're doing that for people now.
Yeah.
So they have to get this chain code thing, but as soon as he signs up for one, they're going to know that he was a clone deserter.
You can't. Because I can't do that.
So if you got one guy trying to get on there, he's like, oh, I bought these things. You have to get your money traded in for a chain code. So I'm like, oh, man. But he's like, I got to get my family off this planet. I got to do whatever.
Yeah, and I can't use you guys. You guys are wanted. We could all get killed. I can't do that, so...
So I'm like, okay, that's going to be the whole episode. Them getting Rex... No, I keep calling him Rex. Right. Hunter helping this guy's family get off planet. Yeah. So we get back to the kids. They're playing, and they lose the ball past the fence. Oh, Megan's like, I'll go get it. No, don't go past the fence. It's not safe. We'll get it later. So they're gonna go inside and go eat dinner or whatever. And what does Omega do?
She go gets the ball, of course.
Gets the ball.
This kid's an idiot.
Yeah.
Goes past after they told her not to do it.
You know what's funny? She has like very little clone like awareness almost. Like all clones are trained to be like.
But it's so funny because because when she was on Camellia, she listened to those aliens all the time. You know what I'm saying? It's like now she's.
Now she doesn't listen.
But she wants to impress these kids, though. Oh, look! I went and got the ball. I didn't even. You dropped the ball. I get it. So she runs out there, but they're like, Omega, don't move because of that big wolf-looking thing that we saw in the beginning. So she's getting all scared. They warn the parents. The mom's like a sniper. She does it with the long gun. It's very like the Mandalorian because it has like a bolt. So they shoot at it to get to go away, and she's scared. Hunter runs out there. He fights it off. It's gone. And he kind of yells at her, what were you doing out there? You could have got yourself killed. And then the other guy's like, that's not how you talk to children. Are you safe? Here's the thing. You do get yelled at because you did something very, very dangerous.
Could be killed.
Then afterwards, you can talk about it. But in the beginning, I don't like this whole, like, your kid did nothing wrong.
Yeah.
Like, the other guy is almost like, the same amount of things if he accidentally drops something. Like if a kid, I want to pour me some milk and spilled the milk. That's how he's treating the situation. She could have died.
Yeah, this was.
It is way more serious than pats on the head. I'm glad you're safe.
And the kids did say, don't worry about it. It's fine.
Just leave the ball there. We'll get it later. But they could also tell that there was a giant beast thing out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they thought she wouldn't be dumb enough to go out there.
So then, they're doing the whole don't yell at your kids. Well, they almost get themselves killed.
That's all different.
That's where they're yelling at your kid. I'm sorry. So.
Exactly.
Then, she gets super sad and just stays in the ship so I don't cause any more trouble. But it's one of those things where I understand where she's coming from now. Like, I messed things up. They hate me now. The little kid always thinks that. She takes her pinned it off and her hair falls down. She looks even more like a boy.
I like her with the pendant on, but again, it is kind of a distracting.
I mean, you're telling me that's not a boy?
Yeah, but it also makes sense because they're gonna try to blend in. She doesn't need that.
Yeah, it does make her stand out. Can't be looking like you're Richie Rich. Then, the mom comes down and he's like, "Oh, I forgot how good of a shot you were," and he's just like, "Oh yeah, but kids always find their ways to get in trouble, and it's our jobs to take care of them, protect them." Okay, that makes sense. Then he goes and talks to the father, and he's like, "You know what? I think Omega should stay with you because what she needs is a family, a mom and a dad and brother and a sister, and then have that thing. The life of a trooper on the run isn't the life I want for her." Which is 100% fact.
Yeah, because they're trying to find a way to live.
They're not just adventurers.
No.
They're not just like bounties for hire. No, they're being hunted.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but as I said, these other people are learning how to try to make a life and live for as long as they can. They're on a death march. That's what they are. They're on a ticking time bomb. And that's what he's worried about for her.
And on top of that, she's something special, so you'd want to be hidden even more.
Yeah.
Because they want you too.
So... yeah, so I'm like, that's a good plan, but of course we all know that's not going to happen. That would have been amazing if that would have happened. But we get to Tech and Echo, and he's like, "Hey, we can, this chain code thing, you think we could duplicate it?" He's like going through the things, and he's able to kind of like copy the frequency, but that's when he brings up the whole, this is the most ingenious thing ever.
Yeah.
You can track everybody now.
Yeah. And then the other clone makes a joke like how we fought so hard to keep ourselves different because they want to just give us numbers.
Yeah, clones wanted names. Now people are trading their names in for numbers.
That's something.
And it's
Echo
very...
came with that one.
Oh, if you want to travel, you better get that special piece of paper that says you're allowed to travel. Papers, please.
I know, right?
Yep. And it's very... I love it. It was very very touchy. Like, it was perfect.
So, they came up with the plan. Okay, they have that impound lot. Then every vehicle gets like a registration number. I don't know if I'm getting this wrong. I wasn't paying attention. I don't know. But I guess they're going to let their vehicle get impounded. They're going to hide in there, and that's when they're going to break out and get the chain codes, because you need like these actual special discs, and that's when you upload the chain codes to. So they're going to let themselves get towed basically, and then break into the place and steal the codes.
But they don't tell Hunter this at all.
They do it. They tell him as it's happening.
As it's happening, which is dumb.
Then he's like, okay. He's like, what?
What?
That's fine, Hunter. We got it taken care of. He's like, no. Freaking Omega's on the ship. So she's been sitting in the captain's chair. I think it's a good plan. Psh, what the hell out of you, Omega, you freaking idiot. So now they have to do this with the little kid on board. But she's like happy about it. Here's the thing. There's going to be a scene that needs to come up where Hunter, someone's on top of him and she has to kill somebody. Now you're a 9 years old little girl and you killed someone.
Or she doesn't and someone else does and she's like freaking out.
Yeah, and she's like holding the blaster.
Yeah, see, she doesn't need to do that.
Yeah, it's easy to shoot a clone trooper with the helmet on and you don't see their face, but when you see like someone's, like you see them die.
More of a bounty hunter's going after them, you know?
Yeah, that could happen too.
So, yeah, I just don't like... Ugh. So they get impounded, and then I like how the clone troopers like, oh, this place is a mess. No wonder why they abandoned it. Imagine abandoning a whole ship because you didn't want to clean it. Damn it, forget it, leave it.
Leave it.
I ain't cleaning it. So they're hiding and they sneak out. Okay, now we can get out and get these codes or whatever. And then Omega's like, what can I do to help? You can do nothing. Shut the hell up. That's what you can do.
You're a young kid. We don't need you to go out there.
You can get out there and get yourself killed.
Yeah, exactly. You can be my meat shield.
You're small enough to carry. Echo runs out there and he's kind of following around, sneaking about, doing the sneaky thing, gets into the place where they replicate the codes, I guess. But the key cards are behind the thing. He finds a whole bunch of them, grabs them. And I'm like, okay, so the mission going well so far. But they end up getting them all uploaded, but there's still a bunch of troopers around.
Yeah.
And it's not like they can start shooting. It's not like they can start knocking guys out because these guys are on patrol. They check in.
Yeah.
So it's like all this is like you can't start a firefight because I thought what was going to happen if there was a firefight, they shut the whole damn place down. Could you imagine at the airport if there was like a gun battle like at Gate 15 that they're still allowing other planes to take off and stuff?
They would never.
No, never.
But that kind of happens in this episode.
I know. They would never let that happen.
Really, really stupid.
Yeah, that wouldn't happen.
So, we get back to Hunter and he's with the family and they're all walking like, we're going on a trip. Like that. Oh, let's act like normal people.
And we have the chain codes the whole time. Like,
I just surprised that they weren't dressed like in a Hawaiian shirt and the big hat and the sunglasses. Like going on vacation.
No, bust out to the Total Recall where Schwarzenegger's wearing the Hawaiian stuff. That's so funny.
That'd have been beautiful. But he's like, okay, so how those train codes coming? They're coming on. Don't worry. And they got the family ready, and I understand the father because he's like, I have to do what's best for my family. This has to work, Hunter. This isn't like back when we were troopers and if something goes down, it's just me. This is my wife and my children. Mm-hmm. This is something more than that. Yeah. So this isn't like if the gun started blazing, I can't let that happen.
Not in this situation.
Yeah, not with them here. Yeah. So like I like that dynamic between the goals and they're able to adapt as a soldier and adapt as like a father. Yeah. Completely different. Because I don't want blaster fire coming this direction.
And also,
it's like, I don't mind getting in a firefight, but my kids don't need to be part of this. My wife don't need to be part of that.
What I like about it, though, is that it shows the different temperament, though, because Hunter has always been a soldier, so he's like, no, don't worry, we got this. And then since now he's been more of a father, he lost that soldier of like being like, okay, we're doing the mission, we got this. He's now nervous. Now he's the one that's like kind of jittery and being kind of like, hurry up and get this done.
Yeah.
So, not tech, but Echo gets back and I guess they have to unlock the magnetic locks on the thing. Then a clone trooper comes like, hey buddy, what are you doing here? I'm the maintenance guy. And then he's like, we have a situation here, and Tech shocks him, but they kind of hear the noise of the guy falling down. So a bunch of other troopers show up. It's like, oh fudge monkey, we're freaking screwed. And I'm like, oh, it's over. The plan's over.
Because they're gonna shut everything.
Shut down all spaceports. No one's leaving anywhere.
See, this is
that doesn't happen.
It's just because didn't they say that?
Yeah,
like,
I know.
In the episode, like, oh man, if one thing goes off, then.
So now they have all these troopers after them. Like, oh, we can't get these gate codes to them. Freaking Omega just grabbed him and took off. She's gonna sneak out. I honestly thought because he kept showing like R2 units, I thought she was gonna hide in one.
Nope.
I honestly thought that was gonna happen. No, that doesn't happen. Then like I like the fact that they're like, oh, don't worry, the codes are en route. Omega's bringing them. You let her go by herself. And like he's like,
oh, she just took them. He's like, oh,
yeah. And then I
like how Tech is very like matter of fact. No, she just took off. Like he doesn't have temperament. He's like, no, she just took them.
Yeah, what do you want me to do?
And then I like that like Wrecker just like, okay, I'm on.
I'm gonna go meet her halfway because I can't let her get freaking killed. So they're getting freaking rushed now, and I'm thinking, what are they gonna do? One of the R2 units catches her, and it's like making all the weird noises. Then Wrecker just
he
boops him. Oh, come on, kid. And it's kind of sets her on the way. I'll basically make a distraction for you. Other guards show up. What are you doing here? Because he looks like a civilian. I guess I'm just lost. I don't know where I'm going.
Where's your chain code?
Oh, it's right here. He just knocks him out. It's like, oh,
and then they get distracted, and then more stormtroopers are on.
Then we start hearing blaster fire. Okay, now the firefights.
But the thing I like about it's away from the family, though.
Yeah.
So they're going that direction, which is good.
So imagine being at the airport and you just hear gunfire in the distance. I'm gonna just wait in my line for my plane. Oh my god! No. So they're allowing this giant firefight to go on.
Welcome to the Empire.
The things are so much safer.
The only
now.
time that ever happened was in the last days of Hanoi when he left Vietnam. Okay, when people were getting on the helicopters and gunfire was happening.
They're getting up to the line.
Yeah.
And he's like, Hunter, where the hell's the codes? I can't risk my family.
And he was gonna like run. He was gonna go.
He was gonna take off, but then Omega shows up. Oh, I got all the things. They gave me an extra one. And he looks over at Hunter. You didn't tell her she's coming with me?
Yeah.
Then Hunter's, gets down. He's like, hey, kid, this is a good family. They'll take care of you. They'll give you everything you need. You need a family. Us, we're just basically all we know is war and fighting and destruction and killing.
And
that's not what you need.
Gonna die.
He doesn't tell her that, but he kind of like, we're dying together. And she's like, no, I want to stay with you. But he's like, this isn't a good life for you. Just go with them. And she begrudgingly kind of like, I'll go with them. Because it is honestly, truly what's best for her.
Exactly.
Starts to walk away, and it's like, we're so sad. But then, of course, Hunter's like, oh, it's not my turn to join the fight. So he takes off over there.
And he starts whooping butt.
Yeah, and he just beats, he's just Hunter. He jumps and he's slapping people's heads. And I like the fact he can do all this. He isn't even using a damn weapon.
No.
He's just going out there and just whooping
That's
butt.
why he's the leader. He's born to lead.
And, the magnetic locks aren't working. Oh, they can't get him to unlock. And then freaking Wrecker just goes there and just peels him away.
He's so strong. He's like Master Chief strong. He is like strong.
And Wrecker's like, well, we can't leave without Omega. And then like he didn't tell anyone. Hunter told no one.
That's Hunter though.
Don't worry about it, dummy. But then you hear
such a tactical team, they don't tell no one nothing.
Because this is like emotional stuff.
Yeah.
So then, right before they're about to take off, Wait for me.
Or she was gonna come back. Oh, that would have been cool if she was off the show.
Runs out there, grabs her, gets her in the ship, and they take off. But don't they have like orbital cannons or anything? Or?
I know, right? But I'm guessing since the Empire's
it's
so
just
new,
brand new.
They just have troops down there, not.
Yeah. And it's so funny because then there's a scene where the other ones are about to go on the spaceship, the family, and the soldier's like, wait a minute, because he can recognize them, and they we have to go over there.
Like, oh, we need reinforcements over at Docking Bay or whatever. But he saw him because he used to be a trooper.
Yeah, he can recognize. Wait a minute, you're one of us.
You look like me. Like, what's up with that?
You sound like me too. So, but he's like, whatever, and they just take off. They go to like, whew,
that was close. They would have discovered.
Because he's like staring at him. He's like, is there a problem?
I first thought it was gonna be because they had 5 codes and only 4 were going on the ship. But I'm glad that wasn't it. Like,
yeah, they didn't. Wasn't it really funny when they were checking the codes and it was taking a little while, and like this, and then the thing kept making noises. It's like when your debit card makes a funny noise in the machine. You're like, I wonder
how much harder it's gonna be to make these codes later on.
Oh, they're gonna probably do some stuff to fix it.
Yeah.
So, both people take off. They're gonna go find a new life, and I guess our clone people don't have friends. The Bad Batch they don't know where to go next.
Yeah.
They're Wrecker's working out because that's what he does.
With that little robot from like the Star Wars.
Yeah, the little box one.
Yeah, from 4.
Yeah, we got Hunter. He's just working at the computer, and then Omega. I knew I made a bad decision, but I want to be with you. And then he like does the complete 180. If this is where you want to be, this is where you're gonna stay. It's bad for you. It's very bad. Very, very, very bad.
You're gonna end up dead. That's all I'm telling you. We're all gonna die. It's not like. See, the thing with Mando, he's on the radar of the Empire, but these are really on because these are former stormtroopers. Yeah. And Crosshair's on him. He's gonna find him, and he's a sniper guy.
And once they
that's dangerous.
And once they find the secret about you, Omega, you're going to be studied and tested.
I guarantee you, she has metachlorians in her. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
But second episode, just okay.
It was really, really. If you miss this episode, you're not missing much. Yeah. You're really not.
I'm thinking in myself, and people are like, oh, you love anything Star Wars. I just like people like, oh, that show sucks. It doesn't suck, but it's not amazing either. It's just okay.
Guys. Things can be just okay.
It's funny. I say this all the time. I don't know when it happened, but things either have to be complete, utter garbage or they're the most amazing thing I've ever seen. Things can be okay.
Things can be in the middle.
And it's fine for something to be okay.
Well, because I know a movie that was also very polarizing, Black Panther. I thought that was okay. But you had to either love it or hate it.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
No between.
We're just all right.
and also, even though we rag on her a lot, Omega, again, with Star Wars, it's like a trope.
All kids are terrible.
Yes.
At first.
It goes Ahsoka, Ezra, all of them.
But hopefully she grows out of it, though. Hopefully.
Exactly. They'll get to a point where they start understanding more, and then hopefully
I just don't want this little girl to have to become a killer.
She probably will. Which is sad.
She gave you the choice of a life.
But I do want to see her in a little clone armor. Oh, it's so cute. a little clone.
We didn't get that. We didn't get like Mandalorian armor for Grogu, but that'd be cool to get that.
But they're just okay. I don't know where they're going next or what they're going to end up doing.
Which is kind of cool, I guess, for once. Like they don't literally.
But the thing is, what's the plan? That's the thing. We don't have a main plan.
Hide away forever, disappear.
Hide away. Try to steal things or do like missions or like little like
if you need to get money eventually.
Yeah, maybe become bounty hunters, but then again, you're gonna have to go in the outskirts of the Empire.
Yeah, the Outer Rim area.
Yeah, where the huts are at, which would be fun.
But I don't know. We'll see where this goes.
Crimson's in here. Thanks for watching the video. Remember, you can contact us on any of the social media platforms in the description down below. And while you're here, be sure to click on one of the videos over on the right.